Hey, podcast listeners, thanks for tuning in again to hear Lisa and I rattle on about what makes us shake our heads.
Guess where we are?
You should be guessing by now.
You should know.
After the first 2 episodes, we are in the parking lot of Lowe's in Saskatoon. So let's hope the big man never knows that we're using its free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but you know what, Samantha, we must confess that we did have a little Dairy Queen snack because it's kind of to set the mood for our summer theme show.
Yeah, well, and there'll be many summer-themed shows, I'm sure.
Yeah, because it's summer.
Well, technically, when there's no snow here in the prairies, it's summer because we really don't get spring. We just go right to summer.
2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's such a short season for us.
Yeah.
The people of the prairies, they start wearing things maybe they shouldn't. But that's a whole nother discussion.
That's not our discussion right now.
Our discussion today is, why don't our summer clothes fit anymore? We posed this at the end of the second one, and
sorry, that's what happens when you're in a parking lot.
Yeah, somebody did something they weren't supposed to do. So we have started to try on our summer clothes, and things aren't quite what they used to be.
Why do you think that is, Samantha?
I don't know, Lisa.
You know what? I think I know. I think I know why it's like that.
Why is that?
Because my body composition changed. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. My body dude, I'm being serious here.
Okay.
Right? I have my serious face on right now.
Yes,
my body composition did change, which means that I lost fat and gained muscle. And muscle weighs more than fat. So,
and how do we know that you lost fat and gained muscle?
Because that's the only thing that makes sense as to why my summer clothes don't fit the same.
Really?
Yeah, that. And if you're not good with that, then the other reason is because my look every summer is kind of what I like to call drapey. And what drapey means is that it's just fabric hung gently over. That's
hangs in loose folds over the lumps and bumps that have happened to us over the 6 months of winter that we had.
Absolutely.
That we get.
Absolutely, right? But the thing is with drapey, right, that's the way that we should be, because I don't want a t-shirt that I want to wear a t-shirt that doesn't touch and clothes that don't cling. But the problem with drapey is that I find that it's really known, and this is, I'm sure, well known, and probably everybody knows that out in the podcast world, it's really well known for its problem with shrinking.
Drapey shrinks.
Drapey shrinks.
Yeah.
It completely shrinks.
Has nothing to do with the fact that Michael puts everything in the dryer, of course, but whatever.
No, it has nothing to do with that. You know, it's just that drapey shrinks. But the beauty of summer clothes is that technically, right, you can go to Old Navy and you can buy it all for like $5 and $10.
And I agree with that.
Right.
Do not spend a ton of money on your summer wardrobe, people. It ain't worth it. We don't have enough months in the year that we actually use these clothes. So
go cheap.
Go cheap.
And with cheap, you pay, you get what you pay for, friends.
True.
Right?
So if you get a couple of wears out of that t-shirt and it was only $10, throw it out and call it a day.
Yeah. But here's something that I think that people should maybe take to heart. If you find any of the following words entering your mind or your vocabulary while trying on your summer clothes, they might be too small. If you find yourself saying, "Oh, my capri is creeping," it might be too small for you.
Can you define creeping for me, please, Lisa? Creeping where?
No. I would assume, I don't know, because I don't wear creeping capris. I go out and buy new ones.
No. For the listeners, they may need a definition, because if they go to their closets and try on that capri, they want to know if it's creeping or not.
It's creeping. It's creeping in your no-no area.
No area.
In your no-no zone.
Okay, got it.
That's where it's creeping. Okay?
So basically your butt crack or the front crack.
Yeah,
okay.
Both are definitely your no-no zones.
No-no zones,
right?
Got it.
If you find yourself using the word, the phrase, my tank seems too short, you probably shouldn't be wearing it.
Or you're pulling on it as if it's going to get longer by pulling it,
right?
But it's really not.
And Samantha, here's something.
Too short.
Yeah, and here's something the viewers need to know. That even if you take that tank top off and you take it off and you stand on the bottom of the hem and pull up, it doesn't change it.
Because you either got too fat or it just...
Or you gain too much muscle.
Or fat.
or fat, right?
Or maybe your husband shrunk it. I mean, you could blame your husband in this case too.
Things shrink in our house.
Sometimes you just need to find somebody else who's accountable for it.
Absolutely. You know what? Shit happens. And the other phrase that you should not find yourself using this summer is a tighty tee. If you're like, oh, it feels like it's a tighty tee, take that bad boy off. Not meant to be worn.
Because again, if you are pulling out,
it ain't drapey.
Yeah, if you're trying to pull out your t-shirt to make it bigger,
it ain't drapey.
That is the sign the t-shirt needs to die. It needs to go to a nice, safe home somewhere else, or it needs to hit the trash. Yeah.
Or you know what? You could store it because, like everybody, we're going to lose the weight and maybe wear it again next year.
Yeah, there's always next year.
Yeah, always next year.
But then you'll have a very full closet of clothes you'll never wear.
Well, and that's kind of true. You know what? This is what I think of summer. Like, when I think of summer, I just think, summer. It's a time to feel worse than usual about our appearance, even though we spent the last 6 months doing nothing about it.
Exactly.
Right? That's what summer's got on us.
Your coach loves you, but that's about it.
Yeah, my chair. I'm a chair girl, not a coach girl. But my chair loves me. Right? The imprint tells me that.
That is very true.
But Samantha, maybe if we stress about our summer clothes not fitting, our increased heart rate will make the pounds fall off.
We can only hope.
Absolutely.
We can only hope.
You know?
But you know what I love about summer, Lisa?
I know where you're going.
Because you know what fits? Lisa, your shoes still fit. Thank God.
I put my Converse on yesterday. They fit.
And your flip-flops still fit.
Yeah.
And your summer purses
still fit. Yeah.
So 2 things in your summer wardrobe that will never, ever let you down.
They won't let you down.
They will never let you
down. You might want
to
replace, but it's not because they're too small.
No, because you've worn them for so many years, because you've loved them and they fit. And you love the shoes that fit you.
Yeah.
So
that's the deal with those.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I think that's the best part.
And it's time to screw socks.
Yeah, screw socks.
Did that yesterday. Screw socks.
I screwed socks too. Screwed socks.
Done.
Yeah.
Jackets, almost there. It's getting a little touch and go in the morning.
I'm
a little chilly still.
No, you know what? I'm a busser, so I take it with me. Mm-hmm. I'm not wearing it in the morning.
It's like the toque thing with you. You take it, but you don't use it.
Never going to use it.
Even though your husband thinks that maybe you would.
Especially this year's toque, because it was a blue jay toque. Never using it. I don't want to go there right now. It's still really sensitive.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I think that it's take my coat weather. Mm-hmm. It's not wear my coat. So now I'm just like, it's an accessory on my arm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's also, this is the most exciting time for me because I look forward to my toes being free.
Yeah, you're that girl.
Oh, God, I love free toes.
I hate feet.
I love my flip-flops. I could live in them. Sandals, occasionally, I don't mind them, but really...
No, I've never seen you in a...
No.
Look at me, I'm in a sandal. I've never seen that.
Because I love a good flip-flop, people.
Hang on, I think we paused. This is just our first run through, though. Okay. It's okay. We're allowed to make mistakes.
But what happens with the summer shoe is that Lisa reminds me it's the annual trek of going to find that shoe that doesn't exist for her because she doesn't like to show her toes.
I hate feet. I hate my feet. And let me start off because now that I've put that I hate my feet out there, it's not that my feet are horrible. They're taken care of. They're clean. They're trim. They're not like something that looks like a bald-headed eagle's wearing on the end of their legs, right? I just hate feet. And feet stress me out. So I have issues with the shoes that come along in the summer because everything's open toe. But with that being said, who did a plastic flip-flop last year?
Lisa did.
I did, right? You know.
I felt very proud of her for that short period of time.
You know what my thing is that I'm not a nail polish person. So
you don't have to put nail polish on your toes.
I know, and you say that.
It's not a requirement.
I know that, but every toe you look at has polish on them.
Well, of course, because people
there.
Because that's another summer accessory.
I know, but then that makes me feel...
Because it's out to the world.
But that adds to my uncomfort.
Well, then that's your problem. I think that's your problem.
Is nail polish?
That's your problem.
That's not
It's only your problem. Because nobody else cares about your toes. It's your own problem. It's your own issue in your own head.
I don't know. I just hate feet.
Yes, I know you do.
I do.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I hate the annual trek to Summer Shoeville.
But it's been much easier now that I've found Converse.
Yes, this is true. And there's some cute Converse out there.
Yeah.
Right now.
But last year, remember I ordered those 2 pairs of shoes online and they came and I hated them both.
Yes, you did.
Right? And like I saw them in person and I'm like, I like them. And I took pictures of them because that's my process. Right? I take a picture. What do you think of these? And then I think I like them and then I get them and I put my foot in them and I'm like, I hate that shoe.
She hates them.
I just hate them.
Happens every time. Just in case people were ever wondering, happens all the time. Even when we go and she tries on the clothes in the store or the shoe in the store, by the time she gets it home, she hates it. So there is a no-win situation happening here.
No, not with summer shoes.
That, and it's really hard for her to part with her money. So
I get a little cheap.
People, that's another conversation.
Yeah, that's not this podcast.
Speaking of toes and summer prepness, Lisa, it's time for the summer maintenance.
Absolutely.
And that means like it could be weekly, it could be bi-weekly. Most of the time, ladies, what are we talking about when we're talking summer maintenance?
Yeah.
We're talking hair.
Right?
And hair in
and
places
removal.
that you really shouldn't. Yeah.
And removal.
Yeah.
And sloughing.
And sloughing.
And you got nasty dry elbows, get some cream on them.
It's already happening, Lisa. Just driving ladies to pick up Lisa today, I already saw things I don't want to see. Yeah. I don't want to see a pasty white leg yet, because it's pasty white leg.
It's pasty white.
I don't want to see your upper half of your body only in just barely a tank top.
Yeah.
No offense. Not really warm enough for that.
Not warm enough yet.
Wind's cold still.
Still cold. Even
cold.
like slap on a hoodie.
Slap on a hoodie.
Yeah.
Shit needs to happen before things get bared.
You know what? It's like taking your car in, right? Like you take your car in for maintenance before winter to get the oil changed and the tires changed and your fluid levels up. It's like that, gals, right? Put the same effort into it, right?
Your fluid levels up.
Right? So you know what? You're heading into the beginning of May.
Yeah.
Go to the shoppers and buy some new chic razors or whatever you use, or Nair.
Yeah.
Or if you wax, that's not my gig either.
And if you are not tanned yet, but you are going to bare your body to the world, I suggest you use a self-tanner or go get a spray tan. There's lots of spray tans around this world now.
Yeah,
and
or
I just think, do it.
Or wait for the first really nice day and start that chocolate brown process.
Or becoming an asshole.
I'm just saying, that's from last. But you know what? It's a theme all summer, friends. So just deal with that. And you too, Samantha, just deal with that. Because that's what I prefer. I don't necessarily want the tanners, yet my youngest sister, all about the tanner. Mm-hmm. And she found some good ones, and they work, because we've tried them. I'm just like, okay, first hot day, bring it. Right? Bring it, and let me just start the process. But I think that... But boy, the maintenance is so important. So again, just like when Mike takes the car in to go and get serviced, I see there's a little sticker in the corner. You know, friends, maybe add that to like everybody has a phone. Maybe put that, if you're not like that on top of it.
Put it in your calendar.
Put it in your calendar. So every Sunday morning, ding. Oh, better shave my armpits. Right? better trim my toenails.
Because if you're not paying attention to the hair on your body, at least your phone's going to remind you.
Yeah, and you know what, ladies? We all know, right? We all know the difference between our winter bodies and our summer bodies. Right?
Yes.
So if you're wearing the tank top, I don't want to see what's underneath. When those arms lift, it better be bare like a baby's ass.
Okay, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Because maybe this might just be easier. Why don't people, like, when they bathe every day, hopefully you're bathing every day, when you bathe every day, just grab your razor and a quick armpit thing.
Just a quick, like,
upper
swipe.
Yeah. You know,
just,
saves time.
Just some swipes.
And then before, you get long hair and you look like an orangutan.
You're teetering on nasty.
Yeah.
Right? Because in the summer, summer's the true test. Nobody cares in the winter, but once the summer comes, people wonder, and they look. You lift your arm and everybody's looking.
Because then people are going to wondering, and like, do you have, like, hygiene?
Right.
Shoes?
And then the problem is that even though everybody knows that the winter is different, if you're not keeping up in the summer, it just leads our minds to really wonder what the hell goes on in the winter.
Exactly.
Right? Or isn't going on.
Ew.
So do there, or as Jimmy Fallon would say, ew.
Yeah.
Ew. I agree.
But you know what? With warmer weather comes summer food.
You know what? I'm not happy. I'm already not happy with where this is going.
Why?
Because I know where you're going.
Well, because you have weird food issues.
I don't.
Summer.
First off, I don't like the word weird being used.
Quirky.
Thank you. Makes me seem a little more interesting.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. And
just so people stop enough. She has certain foods. She has seasonal foods.
She's shaking her head right now, too.
She has seasonal foods that stop becoming part of the rotation in her home with her husband.
They do.
Spaghetti,
Not
roast,
in the summer. Not in the summer.
and soup.
Not ever in the summer.
No.
No.
Basically, any kind of pasta dish is kind of like a done
Pastas
deal.
out. Pastas out. And the reason why pastas out is because we grew up in Stainer. And we owned 2 businesses, and we lived above them. And the only air conditioned, this is back in the 70s, in the early 80s, the only air conditioned room was my mom's bedroom. So it was hot. Mm-hmm. And my parents would eat, like, for the love of God, stop spaghetti 5 nights a week. Right? And then we'd still have a roast beef on the weekend. And I just think that, like seasonal allergies, I have seasonal food problems. Right? And I just think that once May 1st comes, soup gets put away. No use for it. Pasta, see you at Thanksgiving. Roast beef, nope. See you again in the fall. There's fall,
And seriously, people, I've been around her for 16 years now.
I don't bend.
And she does this, it's like
I don't bend.
Every year. Same thing.
I don't bend.
But there is one particular food that she gets obsessed with, and it's watermelon. And how do you like to eat your watermelon, Lisa?
I like it cubed because I don't like to eat with my hands.
You like it cubed and with a fork.
And with a fork. And my father-in-law, one year he put a little bit of equal on his, and I do quite enjoy that too.
Oh my God!
No calories.
It doesn't matter.
It's no calories.
Why are you consuming more sugar?
No calories. It just makes it a little bit sweeter. You know how sometimes when
watermelon is already sweet.
No, sometimes that shows you're not a true watermelon connoisseur, because watermelon, as you get into it and it's a couple days old, it starts to get a little bit bitter. You put a little bit of equal on it, and yum. But it has to be cubed. So Mike will buy like a quarter watermelon or a half a watermelon, doesn't matter. And I'll cut up some slices for him, goes into like a little storage container. And then I take out a bigger storage container and I cut off a slice and I just start cubing it. And then I have a big bucket of cubed watermelon in the fridge. So wonderful. And
Such dedication for a fruit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm that girl, right? Because I don't want to get my hands nasty.
This is true.
And it drippy on my chin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like corn, right? Cut it off the cob. I don't need to live that nasty experience. Sorry.
You're not eating corn on the cob on the cob?
Never have. Cut it off the cob. I don't want like a big. I don't want a big like drippy, buttery, gross chin.
But that's the whole point.
It's
of corn on
not.
the cob.
But that's the difference between me and the rest of the world.
Well, it's supposed to eat everything with a knife and a fork.
And so when you cut it off the cob, then you just have your fork.
Oh, you're so weird.
Yeah. What about your summer foods?
No, I don't have weird obsessions about food, but there are things that I look forward to.
Not weird, quirky.
I've already tasted my father's potato salad.
Ah.
When it was a little bit warm a couple weeks ago, we had a barbecue. Dad made hamburgers in his potato salad.
Okay, with the potato salad, egg, no egg.
Egg.
Mustard, no mustard.
Mustard.
Big chunks, medium-sized chunks.
Medium, maybe.
Maybe?
Depends.
Just depends on Larry.
Depends on how Larry's feeling.
Well, he's the chef, right? Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I like it with an egg.
Yeah, and I like a good barbecued hot dog or a campfire hot dog.
Yeah, I like any type of hot dog, any time of the year, though.
Well, this is true. But I eat my watermelon every couple of times in the summer. Mom will make what's called Rauchkuchen, which is like it's dough cut into squares, sliced and deep fried in oil. It's a German thing.
Ale.
Because we are those people.
Ale. Sorry.
You don't even know what it is.
I don't like it.
You have no even clue. You have no clue.
I don't like it.
It tastes awesome with watermelon.
I don't like it.
That's what we eat it. We eat it with watermelon.
Watermelon's meant to be eaten on its own.
No, it's good. It's delicious with watermelon.
Do you put watermelon on it? On the
If
watermelon?
you want, or you dip it in the watermelon
There's
juice
the problem. Ew.
Lisa,
Okay. So, Samantha.
you say
Sorry.
ooh about things that you've never even tasted before.
But I don't like.
You don't know if you don't like them unless you eat them.
What I do know for sure, Samantha, is that I'm almost 48, and if I haven't tried it by now, I'm okay without it in my life.
Oh my God.
I've done okay.
It
just
is
saying.
Okay. You know what? We're going to agree to disagree because you have weird hang-ups about food you've never eaten before.
But not much food. Just little bits of food.
All the
just
time
some
food. All the time the food.
You know what? And I also need my food to be visually appealing. Hence why I just hate cottage cheese.
It's a dairy product.
But it's not visually appealing, so I don't like it.
Because it's curds.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And honey, because it comes out of a bee's ass.
Comes out of a bee's ass. Well, I'm allergic to honey.
No, you're not.
I am
No,
too.
you're not.
I disagree.
No, you're not.
And I'm allergic to cottage cheese.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Lumpy
Same
clumps.
with mushrooms. You're not allergic to mushrooms
You
either.
know what? Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
My sister Linda is, and so are her children. Yes, they are. Ask them. Right? My sister Linda was going in for surgery, and they asked her, what are your allergies? And she listed off mushrooms, and I'm like, high five, friend. Me too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't even.
It's a fungus. Why are we eating that shit?
Why are we eating a fungus?
Ugh. All right. Well, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just whatever. I'm not weird. I'm just quirky. I go to the beat of a different drummer.
Oh, it's a different beat, all right.
I'm just saying. I'm particular. I'm not settling when it comes to my foods. I'm not settling.
I need you to calm down now.
Okay.
We're just having a conversation.
But
No one's forcing you to eat the food.
I just get a little passionate when somebody says you're not allergic to honey. When I am allergic to honey. I am too.
Oh, all right.
I'm just saying, Samantha.
Mm-hmm. So now, Lisa, for some reason, I've been having like an 80s flashback for a couple times. I'm thinking, the 80s, they were fun.
They were fun.
They were fun. Because we were young then.
The 80s rocked.
Because you were allowed to have fun then.
You were.
And have big hair and loud clothes.
I didn't have big hair. You had big hair, probably.
Yes, I did.
For sure. I see you in front of the mirror teasing that bad boy.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. We
But
were
is there-
preppy kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something from the past you'd like to bring back?
Is there something from the past that I would like to bring back?
Yeah.
Yep. I want to bring back pixie sticks. Remember
Don't
those?
they still exist, though?
Yeah, they still do, but I think once you hit the adult threshold, you're not meant to be like devouring like long plastic strands of sugar inside.
No.
Right.
Because that reminds me of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Because she dumped a pixie stick
Yeah,
on herself.
right? Like I loved pixie sticks. And the other thing I love that I wish we could bring back, and I get that you're going to say you can't call it that, but lick-a-dick.
It's... Okay, what is it really called?
Lick-a-maid.
Yes.
But-
oh my God.
Friends of the podcast, we all called it lick-a-dick and laughed. Right? And it was the little stick, and you dip that little stick, that little sugary stick, you dip it into the little pouch of like crystal, whatever the hell that was, like crystal goodness. Powdered sugar, and then you'd lick it. And it was like, ha ha ha, lick-a-dick. Before you even, I don't even want to go there.
That is disgusting.
I know that, but that's just that was what it was called.
You want to bring food back, but I want to bring a word back.
What word do you want to bring back?
Gnarly.
Gnarly.
I like gnarly.
Gnarly.
It's fun to say.
Spelled with a G?
Gnarly. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Just the phrase.
Just the phrase.
I think it does kind of matter.
Because you know what? Back in the 80s, people talk... the movie Valley Girl.
Yeah, true. Gnarly.
Gnarly. I love that
With
shit.
Nicolas Cage.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Absolutely.
Dude.
They were just stoned.
That was funny.
Yeah, I'm good with gnarly. I'm okay with that,
I like
Samantha.
gnarly. I'm gonna bring an old word back. And I know that I'm a woman of a certain age, and me saying gnarly probably isn't
Ages
cool.
you. But you know what, Samantha? I'm going to let you bring it back.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I just want a word.
Yeah, you can have a word. I just want a sugary food.
You want sugary
I want
food.
pixie sticks and a lick-a-dicks.
This is coming from the woman who puts equal on her already very sweet watermelon.
But, hi, you eat deep fried food with watermelon.
Yeah,
so
it's
there's
delish.
Yeah, but guess what? Super fattening.
There's going to be people who understand me.
Super fattening.
Super awesome.
To each his their own, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
Lisa, it's time for the I shake my head moment. Do you have one today?
You know what? Here's my I shake my head moment, friends. And Samantha, you're gonna get mad. I know that.
Oh God.
But yesterday, we went out to have lunch, and and I just have to get this off my chest. We went out to have lunch, and I just couldn't believe that the color of your nail polish is beige.
Of course, it's nice.
It's beige.
It's nice.
It looks dirty.
No,
What color?
it's beige.
What's the color called on the?
It's like a nude color.
What,
Do you know what
does
the
it have
trends are right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care what the trends. 2 weeks ago, you had lovely pink.
I changed my nail color.
I think the pink was better
Why?
because the beige looks dirty, and that made me shake my head because I
called
didn't.
sand.
It's called sand, which is also known as dirty.
It's
Dirt.
dirt.
Right? That was my shake my head moment.
Really?
Yeah.
The color of my nail polish. Well, it's on my toes too, so deal with it.
I just think the pink was better for you.
Shake my head at you.
Why?
Well, because I don't like it.
Why?
Because at that very same lunch, people, Lisa decided she wanted dessert. But she didn't want to eat alone. So she
offered.
said, let's share a dessert. And I'm like, okay.
And friends of the podcast, not in a weird way.
No, but shut up.
I'm just saying.
About?
Because sometimes like sharing things, like it's not like weird.
Well, you just made it weird, so that's nice.
I didn't make it weird.
Yeah. So she asked if I wanted to share dessert with her, and I was like, okay. But then as she proceeded to block off all the other choices on the dessert menu, so that I only had a choice of the things that she wanted. So really, what this was about was she was just asking me to share so that she didn't look like a big old fatty.
I didn't want to look like a fatty.
I'm like, let's just eat whatever you want to eat. No.
Nope.
Let's make a choice. When really there was no choice.
There was. We decided on a
because if I had made the choice, I would have gone with the blueberry crisp. But
No.
you didn't want that. You wanted the apple crisp.
Yes.
The New York cheesecake choice option with strawberries. And what was the third one?
The third one was...
Oh, a brownie.
A chocolate brownie. Yeah. I took the Sunday off the list because I thought that seemed odd, right? To share.
You're weird.
I'm quirky. And out of the New York cheesecake, I thought I was being really good because I didn't like. You make it sound like as though I took away all
the option of blueberry.
I didn't.
That's right. Because you're like, so there's a strawberry topping. And I'm like, so basically anything with blueberries is off the table.
I don't really like blueberries.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So that's my shake the head moment, people. Because seriously, what is up?
Well, I didn't want to look like a fatty.
You are fat.
I know, but it doesn't mean I want to be perceived always as that. So, but here's the nice thing, friends of the podcast, that you need to know, is guess who footed the bill for the $5.99? Me. Guess who ate just as much as me? She did.
Yeah, but it was your suggestion, so I figured you might as well pay for it.
Whatever. I'm nice that way.
Yeah, you know.
Whatever. That's fine. I did. And you know what, Samantha?
But you complained about it, so.
I did do that too. I did do that. I will do that. I will always do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just saying. What are we doing next week?
Next week, Lisa, we are going to discuss, because we're on a bit of a roll with the summer topic.
Well, you know, it's here for a little while now.
A little while. We're going to talk about it. We will be discussing what our worst summer jobs were as teenagers.
Oh, okay.
That's our next topic.
That's a good one.
So think about what you might have happened in your past, folks. Because Lord knows there's probably a good one for Lisa.
Absolutely. There's a couple. All right, Samantha. 2 things.
Ugh.
Walk with purpose.
Oh.
Keeping it, not even bringing it back, keeping it here. And, Samantha, as always, it's been a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Samantha.
Go away.